that, Scott Mobody's got his hands full. I'm Rob Moore, sitting at ringside, awaiting Rick Garcia to join me at the ringside table. For NWA Southwest Wrestling, certainly very glad to be here in Whitesboro, Texas. Our thanks to the Whitesboro Rotary Club, all the fine businesses and sponsors, and of course the Whitesboro ISD for allowing us use of their gymnasium at the Whitesboro High School. We've got an exciting evening of action for you, including a big triple threat main event, including former three-time WWE Tag Team Champion Lance Spade. He is here tonight. Whoa, look at this. I guess Montego Seeka has been patted down before. We have the bell, and we have this one opening up, and Rick Garcia has joined me at ringside. And Rick, it's been, what, 17 years?
It has been, Rob Moore, and I tell you what, it's a pleasure to see you again, to commentate with you again. I am certainly with a champion, in my opinion, the world's greatest wrestling commentator, so it's an honor for me to be here with you, Rob Moore.
Well, I certainly appreciate the compliments, Rick, but tell you what, it looks like we have two outstanding young athletes here in the National Wrestling Alliance, and I think they're having a bit of competition before they lock up, and they are locking up in a collar and elbow in mid-ring. Montego Seeka and Vince Vile, a man who his reputation precedes him. He certainly lives up to his name, but look at the acrobatics being put on here by Montego Seeka.
I agree with that. I think at this point also, Rob Moore, it's a little bit of psychological warfare. There's a little bit of showboating going on in the fact of both of them. You see, we got a side headlock now. They're getting into some wrestling now. So I don't know if these two guys have ever met in the ring or not, but it's just a little bit of psychological warfare as I see it. Who will prevail? I don't know.
Well, it certainly looks like they're doing a bit of one-upsmanship here. Montego Seeka with the side headlock on Vince Vile, but Vile, well, looked like he was going for a belly-to-back suplex, but instead a takeover by Seeka, but now a head scissors being put on by Vile, so we're seeing some very quick action here in our opener.
Well, it just goes to show that both athletes are very well schooled in professional wrestling holds as well as the showboating. Don't forget, the showboating as it is, it's still going to be the holds and the moves that will decide a match.
And a very nice escape from the head scissors by Montego Seeka, now with the side headlock, and now Vince Vile with a reversal into a hammerlock, and referee getting in there with a very close look to see whether anybody taps out, but I don't see that happening, at least for a while in this one.
I don't think anyone's going to tap out tonight, Rob Moore. That's just my opinion. I think some wrestlers would rather just pass out in the ring than to tap out. It's just a matter of pride. They did not train as hard as they trained to tap out. They just don't do that.
Top wrist lock, and it is Montego Seeka taking Vince Vile down too, and Vile had better watch those shoulders. He very nearly had a 3 count there.
Wouldn't that have been a great upset?
It certainly would. And now Vile is claiming to pull in the trunks, but this crowd here at the Whitesboro High School gym is taking issue with that because nobody saw Montego grab the trunks.
Well, I didn't either, Rob Moore. I was just wondering, was I not looking in the right place, or did it indeed not happen? Sometimes it goes so fast that even we announcers, we don't see everything. So how can the referee possibly see everything?
Well, the referee can't be everywhere at once, but I'm pretty confident that he was in good position to see what did not happen. Again, a collar and elbow tie-up by these two. Side headlock once again by Vince Vile. And it is Vince Vile putting on the pressure, and now go behind, schoolboy roll-up, 1, 2, and only a 2 count there, and Vince Vile very nearly let it slip away from him.
He did. Look, Vince Vile is all of a sudden, he's taking this very seriously now. He knows he's up against a formidable opponent now. I think all the showboating is probably a thing of the past. They're going to get into some wrestling now. Montego
Seeka from the streets of Oklahoma. He's a graduate of Ardmore High School from 2004, so not all that far from Whitesboro. And now a top wrist lock, and now Montego trying to bridge and relieve some of the pressure, but at the same time, that's putting an awful lot of pressure on the neck. And now Montego lets it relax just a little bit, but he better be careful about that because if he relaxes too much, his shoulders can end up on the mat, and that could be the quickest way to a 1, 2, 3. But look at this. Seeka powering back now and getting back to a vertical base, still in that top wrist lock.
You know, the old school street fighter, Vince Vile, is making his NWA debut tonight, Robert. So he does not want to make his debut by losing the match. This one's very important to Vile as well as to Montego Seeka.
Indeed, both of these men would like a future shot at the NWA Texas Junior Heavyweight Championship. And it would be great to see either of these young men get a shot at it as Vile turns things around on the turnbuckle. Fires in a hard right hand. Seeka kicking away at him, and now Seeka up and over with a sunset flip, and he gets him down. 2, and only a 2 count. He didn't get the shoulders hooked, and that's the key right there.
That's right. In fact, Seeka, just a sign of his athleticism, he might have actually overshot there just a little bit. Kept him from getting the shoulders for that 3 count. But it was so close, Rob Moore.
Vile in the turnbuckle, and a splash in the corner by Seeka, and it looks like Seeka is cranking things up. Watch a snapmare takedown. And now, oh my goodness, you can hear that all over the city of Whitesboro. A very, very hard kick to the back there by Montego Seeka. He's a high flyer, but he can turn on his ground game when necessary. And now it is Seeka. Let's see what he's going to do here. Powerbomb or pile driver, we'll have to find out. But Vile with a reversal. Uh-oh, what's he going to do here?
That's a very dangerous position right there.
Oh my goodness, he just planted him. Well, wait a second. We've got company at ringside. But Boots the Witch Doctor, what's he doing here?
I have no idea what my Boots is doing here. He's not supposed to be here right now. He's not involved in this match. No, he might be recruiting new talent. I don't know.
Well, he is a manager, and managers, that's part of the job description, to scout and recruit. And I don't know which man he's looking at right now. I don't know if he's looking at Vince Vile or if he's looking at Montego Seeka.
Well, I can never tell what my Boots is looking at to begin with, so I don't know as well.
Well, Babu's certainly a colorful and controversial character in the history of NWA Southwest, and going back to the days of the Dallas Sportatorium, one of the last great managers to manage in that great legendary building, which, God rest its soul, is now gone. And now, Vile with a hard chop to the chest, and I'm not sure if either man realizes that Baboose is there at ringside.
Well, I'm surprised Montego Seeka's up and wrestling after that shot he took a while ago.
And now Vile going on top for a lateral press. Referee in position 2, and only a 2 count there. Very close.
So close.
And it is Montego Seeka trying to rally these fans, and certainly succeeding. These fans are clapping their hands, stomping their feet for the young man from the streets of Oklahoma. And now it is Vince Vile up against Seeka in the corner. A whip, a reversal by Seeka, and Vile showing his agility up and over, and Seeka, oh my goodness, look at this. Vile showing off some power, catching him in mid-air, a backbreaker into a slam.
Just caught him like a sack of potatoes. That's a strength right now of Vince Vile.
And that is the advantage. Vile holds that, and the fact that he's an old school style street fighter, so he will go toe-to-toe with you if necessary. And then there's moves like the choke, not legal in professional wrestling, unfortunately for him. Referee giving him the count, and he's got until the count of 5 to release.
That's right. Well, that's a street fighter coming out in Vince Vile right there. That's exactly what it is.
As Baboose the Witch Doctor continues to stand at ringside, walking around, jawing with some of the ringside fans who remember his exploits from the Sportatorium. And Vince Vile talking some trash to the fans here, and the fans talking trash right back.
Well, when I think of Baboose, I always think of Iceman Parsons. So it reminds me of those days. Remember those, Rob Moore?
Absolutely. Iceman, Action Jackson, the Blackbirds, even a young tag team called the Ebony Experience, who later became Harlem Heat, Booker T, and Roger Ray. Big backdrop there by Vile.
My goodness, Rob Moore, you go back in this thing.
Well, I certainly do. I stayed home a lot as a kid. At home, almost a 3 count. That hand was on its way down.
Fans are getting behind Montego Seeka.
Indeed they are. Once again, clapping their hands, stomping their feet. Vince Vile doesn't like it. And what Vince Vile needs to do is go back to work on him. And Seeka catches him napping a little bit, firing away with some left hands to the midsection now. But Vile scraping that right knee pad across Seeka's face. And that puts a stop to the comeback that Seeka was trying. Vince Vile, 4 years in the business, mainly in San Antonio. Now hoping to achieve something here in the National Wrestling Alliance, and right now he is achieving an abdominal stretch on Montego Seeka, hoping to put enough pressure on the man to force him to tap out or quit. And Vile continues to put on the pressure.
5 minutes going next. 5 minutes.
Let's see what he's going to do now. He's got him up and over the shoulder. I think we may be about to see a power slam here, Rick.
Well, indeed we are.
Oh, no. Snake eyes. Snake eyes from Vince Vile.
That's got to be it, Rob Moore. That's got to be it. How can he get up from that?
I agree with you, Rick Garcia. That's got to be all she wrote for Montego Seeka. And Vince Vile will quickly follow up, coming off the ropes. Oh, that's stepping right on him. And now dropping a knee to the chest. And Seeka is in some serious, serious trouble.
Well, Vince Vile is adding insult to injury right now. He's just, I think he's trying to very hard to prove a point. And the thing is, he is proving that point.
And a stop-drop elbow, if you will, from the man from Stop-Drop, Texas. Haven't looked at an atlas lately, so I'm not quite sure where that is. But Vile on top of the cover, 2 and, once again, about a 2.5, actually more like 2 3/4.
Where is Montego Seeka getting that strength from to kick out like that?
I'm not sure, but a DDT by Seeka puts an end to whatever Vile was planning.
Well, never underestimate Montego Seeka, I'll tell you that right now. You might think he's down, but he's not down.
Well, both men are down right now. The referee putting a count on both of them, and Seeka trying to rally once again, rallying the fans behind him, trying to get that burst of adrenaline, trying to get back to his feet. Vile against the ropes, trying to get to his feet as well. And now they're both up. And now firing in a forearm shot, a couple of forearm shots, and a chop to the chest. And now it is Seeka going to work on Vile, but Vile hoping for a turnaround, but spinning kick by Seeka. Vile back in, and a big heel kick by Seeka, and Seeka looks like he's getting a second win here.
It certainly is. Very reminiscent, that high drop. Skip Young.
Victory roll. I remember Sweet Brown Sugar, Skip Young, very, very well. Got to meet the man one time. Very nice in his retirement, and now it is Seeka continuing to work on Vince Vile.
Vile's not giving up, though. Look at Vile. He's fighting back. It could go either way right now, in my opinion.
What an elbow. Seeka going to the top. We can see the high flying coming into play here. Missile drop kick, and that's got to be it. Seeka needs to get on top of his man. He needs to make the cover. The time to rally is past. He's got to go to work on Vince Vile while he's got him down.
That's right. And Vince Vile is not going to want to lose his NWA debut appearance.
Of course he doesn't. And now setting up perhaps for a suplex. Vile blocking that suplex, and another block by Vile. Knee to the midsection, and now it's Vile getting him up, but Seeka out of the way, ducks back under the elbow rather. Oh my. That's a jawbreaker if there ever was one.
That's right. You better have a strong dental plan, is all I can say.
And now Seeka looks like he's going to go up to the top rope once again. Let's see what he's going to do here. He's in perfect position for, 450, and he got him with the knees in the chest, 2 and 3, and that's it. Seeka wins. Montego Seeka is your winner.
What is Baboose doing?
Wait a second. Baboose is still at ringside. I'm just wondering if maybe Baboose is looking at Montego Seeka. Maybe he likes what he saw.
I'm trying to see what Baboose was doing at ringside.
Hey, Rick, why don't you find out? Yeah, go find out what he's up to. Montego Seeka is your winner here in this match at NWA Southwest in Whitesboro.
I'm not trying to see what Baboose was at ringside. You know what?